Ryan Garcia, Conor Benn. Ryan Garcia, Conor Benn. Who wins? Ryan Garcia, knockout? They coming out again. Yeah? Connor's getting
Ryan Garcia, he came a long way. He just got his flip. He didn't get discouraged. That's what it's all about. I got my ass, I got humiliated, slowly kicked my ass, but I didn't get discouraged. I trained hard. I kept believing in myself, and now I'm champion of the world.
Mike Tyson has shared his thoughts on this showdown and has clearly backed Ryan Garcia to come out on top.
I like Conor Benn talks a lot of crap. I like him too, but I want to see what happens.
Yeah. That's a hell of a fight.
It's gonna be a good fight. I got Conor Benn.
It's gonna be a go out to a round. You think it'll be a knockout?
Terrence Crawford believes Benn could pose a genuine danger. While he recognizes Garcia's edge, he feels Benn's physical traits might play a role in shaping the result.
I think, of course, Ryan got the experience, but I think Conor got the size and the power, and I think that it's going to be an interesting fight moving forward.
Okay. Do you have a pick?
I'm going to go with Conor.
Really?
I'm going to go with Conor.
For real?
I think you're going to upset him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people picking Conor.
I'm going to pick him just because.
Just
I'm going to go out there
All right.
and pick him.
Wow. Okay.
Hearn also sees Benn as a worthy opponent, but doubts his effectiveness at welterweight. In his view, Garcia is a better physical match, bringing power and precise punching that could cause real trouble. This leads Hearn to give Garcia a clear edge.
I think Conor's always going to be competitive. You know, he trains really hard. He's got a lot of heart. I don't like him at 147 pounds now because that was one of the problems in going to 160 to fight Eubank. To come back to 140, it's a really tough thing to do. And I think when he fought Prograis, was it 151 or 150? Like, he just didn't look the same. He looked like he was lacking power. He didn't look that strong. And Ryan Garcia is a guy who's kind of built his way up to 147. He's super fit and good at the weight at 147. And he's a world-class fighter who punches very, very hard and is very sharp. So Conor's always going to be in the fight because he's got a lot of heart, but I don't see him winning that fight at 147.
Timothy Bradley, on the other hand, highlights Benn's self-belief in dragging Garcia into tough exchanges. He notes a gap in their natural talent, but thinks Benn's determination could help close it. Mental toughness that could matter most in the fight's toughest stretches.
Not worried about that, like you said, but at the same time, he sees a weakness in Garcia to where he's saying, hey, you quit. I know you have it in you. Right. I can make you quit, right? I have that determination.
I've seen it before.
That will, right? That will to win. He's not as talented. He's not as talented as
he has some
Garcia.
talent, but not as much as Ryan Garcia.
He's not as explosive either, right? And I don't think he hit as hard as a Ryan Garcia, but that determination and that will, and if he can close that gap on him, bro, trust me, man, he can do some.
Looking past the physical side, Max Kellerman notes that Benn could turn Garcia's past struggles into a mental and tactical weapon. He argues Garcia still hasn't proven his resilience, and Benn's persistence gives him every reason to keep probing that soft spot.
Way watching the presser is because Conor Benn, it's not just that he's going at Ryan Garcia, he's identifying something that Ryan has to deal with. I don't think Ryan quit against Tank. I think he got stopped. I think you could argue he wasn't really trying to win against Rolly.
He pissed down his
right, and you can call that a form of packing it in. So the point is, between those two fights, and I think Ryan does have heart, but between those two fights, it is an issue that Ryan has to confront, right? He has to look himself in the mirror and confront it. He's got to deal with the public if they're saying it. And the fact that Conor picked that out, and the one thing about Conor you can't say is there's nothing in him that leads you to believe he's not going to try his hardest to win.
Meanwhile, Sean Porter leans toward Garcia, citing his athletic ability and long-range striking as a tough puzzle for Benn to solve. Still, Porter credits Benn's improved overall game, suggesting the challenger has more layers than Garcia might expect. A contrast that can make the tactical side of the fight riskier than it looks on paper.
Conor Benn has a style that matches what Ryan is good. The style clash favors Ryan Garcia because of his speed, because of his power from the outside. So definitely a tough fight for Conor Benn. Again, based off of Ryan's last fight, I would say 60-40 Ryan Garcia wins that fight, possibly KO, but Conor is very, very tough. And that's what I already knew about him, but I got to see it firsthand when we sparred. He's much more versatile than we saw in the first fight with Eubank. Comes back in a rematch against Eubank. We see the versatility.
Sergio Mora also picks Garcia, basing his view mainly on physical factors. He points to certain built-in advantages that could grow harder for Ben to handle as the fight goes on, though whether they translate into a clear edge remains uncertain.
But I favor Ryan Garcia in that fight. I don't think Conor Benn is able to handle the speed and the power and the longer frame of a Ryan Garcia. I think that fight ends in knockout, but you got two popular fighters from two different sides of the pond, and both countries will be watching. The world will be watching.
Kell Brook offers a more even-handed take, giving Ben real credit while still respecting Garcia's danger. He also brings up the differing weight situations facing both fighters, calling a factor that could shape how things unfold. Something that makes this matchup especially compelling to him.
Then I think Conor Benn, he's got it all on it. He can fight. You know, I would have liked him to have got a British title instead of just jumping. But you know, he can fight. He's a pay-per-view fighter. I'm looking forward to this fight with Garcia and Conor. It's a very exciting fight, you know what I mean? It's very exciting. Ryan can whack. Oh yeah. He can whack big time. This is gonna be a real test, you know what I mean, for Conor, do you know what I mean? This is it down at welterweight, so you know, Conor's boxed Eubank at middleweight, he's coming down. There's so many things, you know, like we talk about, like this is more his weight, innit? This is more his weight, Conor's weight. Ryan Garcia were a bit lighter before he was going up his full dart. It's an exciting fight. There's two serious characters, what both can fight, and they want it, and they're not going to disappoint.
Tony Bellew questions whether Garcia can repeat the form that once made him such a feared fighter. Garcia clearly has the physical tools, but Bellew sees Ben's mental resilience as a real hurdle, and thinks Garcia's discipline will decide how well those tools actually show up on fight night.
My only issue with this fight is you don't know which Ryan Garcia is going to turn up. Because if the Ryan Garcia that got in with Rolly Romero turns up, that's going to lose. That's not going to be enough. Yeah, I rate Rolly as well, because Rolly's a good fighter, but is Ryan interested? Is he bothered? Mentally, I think Ryan Garcia's all over the place. Mentally, I think Conor's so strong mentally. To get through what he went through for them years, he is mentally so strong. So Garcia's the favourite, and he's the overwhelming favourite because of the qualities that he has and the fundamentals that he has. Lightning speed, a vicious left hook. I haven't seen anyone do to Devin Haney what he done.
Frank Warren focuses on what the weight class means for Ben's prospects, viewing Garcia as holding the clear overall advantage, setting up a fight where the odds and expectations lean heavily toward Garcia.
He's got people around him, and if he can't make that weight, he should be fighting. Yeah. So the people around him are there to look after him. Yeah. To ensure that he's okay, and they feel that it's right. Then they're with him every day, so they should know. The border control, I'm sure, will do their check weights. Look, Conor, at this moment in time, he's a big underdog in the fight. Yeah. I'm sure he'll do his best and he'll fight his best, but I mean, you know, you got to make Garcia a massive.
Fraser Clark brings the conversation back to Ben's overall talent, questioning whether even his best performances will be enough here. He acknowledges Ben has held his own against strong opposition, but wonders if that's enough against someone like Garcia.
Here, and are you all really beginning to make a case for Conor Benn to win this fight? Because I can't see that case.
He boxed with and beat Olympic champion Luke Campbell. You know, so this guy's been in with good company, and he can really, on his day, he can really box. I mean, we know we've seen some up and down performances from him, and I think his lifestyle has caught up with him a few times. Yeah. But when we're talking about the division 147, let me think about in Britain. Is that like Conor Walker? Is that like so? Like, would you put your house on Conor Benn beating Conor Walker even? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I'm saying about levels.
Barry McGuigan takes a different approach, pointing out a possible weakness in Garcia, while also praising Ben's power. He sees that power as a real threat and raises another concern that could affect how the fight plays out, with the weight cut adding yet another layer of unpredictability.
No doubt, but you have to look at Ryan Garcia and say the two chinks in his armor against Rolly and was against Gervonta Davis. Both strong, short, attacking fighters.
Yeah, quite.
So that is the risk. And let me tell you something. This fight can change, like Fraser says, in a split second because of Conor Benn's power. And although he's busting a gut to make weight, and I believe that could be the most difficult thing of all for him to do 147 again. It'll be less difficult out in Vegas where it's hot all the time, but it's still a struggle for him. So I think that might take away, he might be enervated and maybe weakened a slight bit.
The weight could be the difference between winning and losing.
Could make the difference between winning and losing. That's it. But it's a great.
Zab Judah ultimately leans toward Garcia, though he admits there's still plenty of uncertainty, since he sees strengths on both sides that make the fight tough to call with confidence.
Garcia and Conor Benn, who do you pick in that fight?
I like Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia, does he win by knockout or what?
I don't know. If he can land that hook, maybe so.
Conor Benn, you don't hear Zab?
No, I think Conor Benn he's a very locked in fighter. He's a very strong fighter, very focused fighter. I like Conor Benn. He's a good fighter, but I just think that right now it might be Ryan Garcia's time again.
Chris Mannix zeroes in on one issue that could hurt Benn before the fight even starts: whether he can bring his usual form to the ring at 147 pounds, especially against someone with Garcia's physical advantages, making the weight situation a potentially decisive factor.
Because if you're a month out and you're already talking about the challenge of getting to this weight, a weight that he's not fought at since 2022. In his last fight, getting down to 150, he didn't look like the same guy. Didn't look like the destroyer. Didn't look like the guy that put a beating on Chris Eubank Jr. at 160 pounds. When you're now a month out talking about the struggle it is to get down to 147, and you're going to be going up against a guy that's not going to have any problem making 147. Like Ryan Garcia is a big, tall guy, but he made 147 against Mario Barrios pretty easily, and I have no reason to believe that he can't do it again. You're going to be going into the ring with a younger, faster, stronger, more skilled, for being honest, guy in Ryan Garcia anyway, and he's going to be making the weight in a much better way than you are. That tells me this could be a really rough night.
Timothy Bradley points to Garcia's calm confidence, describing a fighter who seems convinced his physical gifts and experience will be too much for Benn, a measured, deliberate belief that his advantages will show up inside the ring.
I like when fighters are sure. And I feel like Ryan is sure. I feel like both of them are, to be honest with you, but Ryan's a little bit more reserved, with it. It's it's a calm confidence that I like from him. He's just you gonna find out. It's different. It's different levels. My hand speed gonna be too much for you. My power gonna be too much for you. I got more experience than you. I got more amateur experience than you. Bro, you can't beat me, bro. You're not better than Haney. You're not better than all these other guys that I faced. Yeah, you might can punch hard, but I can punch harder.
Beyond that confidence, Bradley also credits Garcia's tactical growth as key when Benn tries to close the distance, believing Garcia now has enough variety to punish those moments rather than rely on one single opening, which could turn Benn's forward pressure into one of the fight's biggest risks.
But I feel a young guy like Garcia, he's gonna be able to pull that trigger. And one of the best things about his game is that he's a decent counterpuncher. I'm not gonna lie. He's a decent counterpuncher. He knows how to land that left hook. And the fact that his father started to develop his right hand, that's gonna help him even more in fights, because he don't have to be just dependent upon one punch. He can use both hands now. And what I did like about Ryan's performance was he did go to the body as well. He went to the body with right hands to the body as well. And he used his feet and he moved laterally. And he was setting nice little lateral traps, walking Barrios into shots. And that's what he's probably gonna do against Conor Benn. That's probably what he's gonna be looking to do. Use his aggression against him. And he gonna catch him coming in, double impact.
Jamal Herring views Garcia as the more naturally talented fighter, but believes Benn brings a different kind of threat, with Garcia's real challenge likely coming from Benn's relentless mindset and how much this opportunity means to him.
Ryan couldn't box in the back foot. Ryan was boxing himself. Ryan looked good. He looked good from the opening bell. You know what I'm saying? Put Barrios on the and everything, you know what I'm saying? So I think I think Ryan has more tools than Conor, but Conor got that dog mentality, and
this fight is definitely a lot. It means a lot to him, especially with his father holding, holding that belt, and like he pointed out the WBC title and this, and then the third. But I would lean towards Ryan, but because he's the more naturally gifted. But you can't fall asleep on Conor Benn.
Similarly, Carl Frampton favors Garcia, but doesn't see Benn as an easy night, believing Benn's nonstop style could create real problems if Garcia struggles to handle sustained pressure.
Yeah, well, I have him as a favourite, but not a heavy favourite. It wouldn't surprise me if Benn wins. I think if you look at how Benn fights and his tenacity, that could give Garcia a lot of problems. And whether you like to believe it or not, like against Gervonta Davis, who's a smaller man than Benn. Benn isn't Gervonta Davis, they're different type of fighters, but if he's quitting against Gervonta Davis, I think someone with the tenacity of Conor Benn can make him do the same.
Henry Garcia dismisses any notion of Benn taking the fight the distance, insisting Garcia's mindset is set on forcing a definitive finish, pointing to his proven ability to close fights out and capitalize when chances appear.
That it's not going to go 12 rounds. I don't see it happening, and good luck to him if he thinks it's going to last that long. I mean, that's another mistake he's talking about. Oh, after 12 rounds. Bro, if you're a fighter and you're a gladiator, you wouldn't even want to think about 12 rounds. You're not there to pay. You're not there to fight for 12 rounds. You're there to win, and whatever it takes, and knocking him out is what it takes. And it happens. And Ryan has that resume and that history of doing that. And things aren't going to...
Bomac questions whether Garcia has fully rediscovered his best form since the Haney fight, and his early read on Benn leaves him notably high on what the British fighter can bring, giving him a very different outlook on this matchup compared to others.
Ryan Garcia, Conor Benn.
Conor Benn gonna probably stop him.
What? Really?
He gonna probably stop him, man. Keeper. Ryan he ain't been this since that first fight with Haney. And he got popped. He just had never been he never got back to that type of winning. I've seen being firsthand.
Paulie Malignaggi rates Garcia well above Benn, viewing this fight as a chance for Garcia to reaffirm his standing against an opponent he sees as beneath his current level, putting real pressure on Garcia to deliver a performance matching those expectations.
Conor Benn's that good, bro. I think it's obvious he's not that good, but, Ryan Garcia is a very good fighter. When he's motivated and he's pushing himself, and I think, as a champion, Ryan will understand the responsibility on his shoulders as well to elevate his game. He's already at a very good level. He's already a very good fighter. But this fight is an opportunity for him to make a statement because he's fighting a guy who's got a big name, but also a guy who probably doesn't belong in the ring with him. And so I think he's got a chance to do something of a statement in this fight by getting, a massive, destructive type of victory.
Finally, Mike Tyson reveals a prediction for who wins between Garcia and Benn. After hearing so many conflicting opinions, his call offers one more major perspective on how the fight might go. So, who do you have winning? Drop your prediction in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to MX Arena IQ for more boxing updates.